My son ran away, only to come back with his bio mom trailing behind him. I simply smiled and offered her some lemonade. My son is 12 years old, got a gap in his front teeth he refuses to fix because he thinks it makes him look distinguished, and argues with the TV like it can hear him. He's the kind of kid who names every stray cat in the neighborhood, and then acts tough about it. My husband and I found out early on we couldn't have kids. Doctors said it just wasn't in the cards. We grieved that dream, then found a new one. My son came to us through the foster system when he was 3. All big eyes and skinny arms and a laugh that could fill a whole room. The next 9 years were pancake breakfasts on Sundays, teaching him to ride a bike while he screamed he was gonna die, and watching him grow into this smart, stubborn kid who made our little farmhouse feel like home. We always planned to tell him that he was adopted when he was old enough. That time came last month. We sat him down at the kitchen table, my husband holding his shoulder. Son, we love you more than anything, and that ain't ever gonna change, I said. But there's something you need to know. You're adopted. The silence stretched for 10 seconds. Then my son's face shut down like someone flipped a switch. He said, okay, and walked to his room. After that, everything fell apart. He stopped coming to dinner, stopped talking unless forced. Then the cruel part started. One night I asked him to help set the table, and he looked at me with eyes I didn't recognize and said, why should I? You're not even my real mom. The words hit me like a slap. I felt my eyes burn, but I didn't let myself cry in front of him. My husband stepped toward him, and my son just laughed. What's she gonna do? Ground her fake son? He went to his room and slammed the door so hard the family photos in the hallway crashed to the floor. I knew it was fear underneath all that anger, but knowing didn't make it hurt any less. Then 3 days ago, I woke up and his bed was empty, not even slept in. I tore through the house yelling his name, checked the barn, the creek, the old tire swing, nothing. My hands were shaking so bad I dropped my phone twice trying to dial 911. The operator asked me to describe my son and I couldn't remember what shirt he was last wearing. What kind of mother forgets that? We called the police and all they said was, wait for us to call you. I sat on his bed holding his pillow against my chest, crying my heart out thinking about every terrible thing that could happen to a 12-year-old boy alone in the world. Every car that drove past, I ran to the window. My husband was pacing the kitchen. Neither of us went to work. The next afternoon, a car pulled into our driveway. My son stepped out with a woman I'd never seen before. She had his nose, his stubborn chin. I knew exactly who she was. Hi, she said, looking nervous. I'm your son's mom. He found my name in the adoption papers in your filing cabinet and tracked me down online. I live 2 towns over. Apparently, he took a bus to reach me and showed up at my door last night asking questions. She glanced at him. I just wanted to make sure he got home safe. I'll be going now. My son's face crumpled. Tears started rolling down his cheeks. Instead of screaming like I wanted to, I smiled and said, why don't you come inside for some lemonade? It's hotter than blazes out here. We all sat at that kitchen table, and I turned to my son. You ran off in the middle of the night without telling a soul. You made me cry for 16 hours straight thinking you were dead in a ditch somewhere. You scared 10 years off both our lives. He opened his mouth and I held up my hand. I am not finished. You're grounded for 2 months. He tried again. But Mom, I just wanted to. Baby, I will add another week for every word that comes out of your mouth right now. Try me. His jaw snapped shut. Now go to your room. Your daddy and I need to talk too. I found myself not knowing what to call her. The kind woman who brought you home. He pushes back from the table and yells, she's my real mom. Then he storms upstairs, shoulders slumped. I waited until I heard his door close, then turned to his birth mother. Ma'am, I appreciate you bringing him home more than you know, but I gotta ask, why'd you really come all this way? She set her lemonade down and looked me in the eye. I gave up my parental rights when I was 19 years old. I was scared and broke and I knew I couldn't give him what he needed. She paused. I still don't want to be a mom. That hasn't changed, but you clearly do. And from what I can tell, you're damn good at it. She stood and grabbed her purse. That boy talked about you the whole drive here, even when he was mad. She smiled, a little sad. He's lucky to have you. Take care of him.